Yeah, it's been great. It's been a journey. I think Interstate's one of the original third-party management companies. I was actually fortunate enough to start my career at Interstate, and then coming back as president and CEO is pretty exciting. So it's we're not a brand, we're not an owner, we're people. And so my mission really has been, as I think about our vision, is how do you get people engaged in that and thinking about that. So we've redone that office. We opened an office in Amsterdam, I guess 9 months ago. Similar, much smaller office. We've got 20 deals in Central Europe right now. But the same vibe and energy and how you think about the space and how it feels and works. So, I think there's a cultural evolution. I mean, as I said earlier, there's a lot of great history in Interstate. But how do we evolve and stay current with the evolution of what's going on in hotels today? Yeah, I think the global domination was is funny because it all started in an ops meeting, and somebody says, "What do you want to do?" I want to it's global domination. I want to be best in class in these different verticals across the globe, right? And I think that this thesis that size matters and we can bring great value, I want to prove that out. And I want to still be known, though, as operators who understand. We run 48 different brands today. The nuances in all those brands and how we bring incremental value to them is important. On the global footprint right now, our focus, we have our first hotel in France under construction now. Our focus is really Eastern to Western Europe and North America. There's more opportunities for us in certainly in Canada and kind of evolving our portfolio. Having discussions. What I don't want to do, there's some history with Interstate where we've gone into countries working with one owner and we've left the country. And so, like today in Central Europe, we manage for 3 different owners. Those 20 hotels are 3 different owners. I want to diversify that a little further, get that solid foothold, get enough talent development going, and then continue pushing. So there's not short-term plans other than in Central Europe to hit countries. We're not in Spain. We're about to be in France. Kind of continue building that out and that competency, understanding labor and the kind of market conditions there, and then we can talk about Asia, in another year or two. Yeah, and it's a great question, and it's something that really is nuanced from market to market. So we've got part of being a third-party manager is you're also working to help when the owner wants to exit a hotel. You're working to help them sell, and in certain markets like Seattle, as an example, where some of the rules passed through city council are almost like a union contract in a market, creates pause for some investors as they think about what are my cost structures going to be? What could they be in this market? So that's one problem. Just underwriting deals. How do you think about that? What do you model into your projections for labor cost increases or living wages? And it's one thing in a high cost market, but you drop living wages in a secondary market just because it's the popular thing to do, and it can crush the economics. If you're in a low rated area. So two things that we do. One on the hourly employee front, the service staff in the hotel, we're doing very non-traditional things, and I think you see this in a lot of places. So it's not unique to us, other than we're really encouraging kind of these best practices. So here at Alice, we had. There was an awards banquet Sunday night. We had 2 of our general managers recognized in that nationally. One of them runs a Hyatt place with a rooftop bar at the National Mall in DC. And what she's done, Stacy, is gone out and really found those underprivileged youth, high-risk youth, and brought them in with no skills, purposely seeks them out in hourly positions, and then tries to develop them and give them some aspirational opportunities and exposure. And it's worked great. She's been recognized for it multiple times. What from a management perspective, what a company like ours has with all these different brands, with select serve to full serve to resorts, is we have a great opportunity in career path people. You could have an up and coming manager, in a full service hotel, could switch over to a Hyatt Place, and achieve their goals of being a general manager, and perhaps even do it in market. So when you have 4 to 20 hotels in a single market, it creates lots of opportunities. Likewise, select service GMs that aspire to be in full service. Historically, one of the things that when I first got to Interstate, I heard, we don't move people back and forth between those. I mean, that's absolutely the wrong thing, right? Part of working for us is, if your dream is to be the general manager of a Hyatt or a Marriott, or your dream is to be in Omaha, Nebraska, and be a general manager, and that's where you want to be, those are the kinds of opportunities we can give people with our portfolio. So we've already been breaking down these barriers and trying to develop paths for people to move from one product type to the next. And I think that's a differentiator for a company like Interstate. You can come to us, you can learn all these different verticals, all these different product types and different brands over your career. And that's something that perhaps working at a brand you wouldn't have the same options.